Yo guys, it's Slyroh. You already know that today I'm bringing you guys my battle for week 9 of the TBU, also known as the first round of the playoffs. This is the first playoff game. I did make the playoffs. Yada yada yada. If you missed that whole explanation, that was in the last battle that was up against Enzo. We got enough wins and some fortunate circumstances to fall our way. We ended up in the playoffs, and yeah, we take on Josh, otherwise known as Squirtacular, and the Slateport Vale. They have had an incredible regular season. They were one of, I think he went the longest undefeated. I think he won like the first 6 games before he finally lost, and then I think he lost like twice or something like that. Either way, he ended up at like 6-2. Didn't come in first place in his division based on differential, but was really close. So, this was a tough match to play for. Of course, I uploaded the team analysis video already, so if you guys want to see the full detail of my team, make sure you go check that out. A quick summary of my team is a pretty standard B-drill, specially defensive Kieran Black, physically defensive Grand Bull, a Assault Vest Meloetta, Choice Banded, Hippowdon, and I think this was my Assault Vest Excadrill. I believe that was it. So that's the team. And we can see Josh decided to bring Zygarde, Miltank, Chandelure, Jirachi, Manaphy, and Rotom Wash. I saw this team and I had mixed feelings about it. There was no Latias, which is cool, but there was a Miltank that I knew was going to be tough to take down. Jirachi, I had to really figure out what it was going to be. Manaphy is never fun to deal with. And Rotom Wash was going to cause quite a few issues. So, we're going to go ahead and just get into the match. I had this match a couple days ago, and I don't remember like all the specific details as well as I probably should have, but we're going to hop into the battle. Let's just go ahead and hop in. So, we go ahead and start off. This is a pretty lengthy battle too, so just be forewarned. And he leads off with Rotom Wash as I decide to lead off with the Mega Beedrill. I figured once I can get off the Protect, I can see like what he wants to do, maybe try and scout what kind of thing this is. So I just Mega Evolve and go for Protect, because that's what Mega Beedrill does, as he goes for the Will-O-Wisp. Now, despite the fact that he went for Will-O-Wisp, I still couldn't risk the fact that he could be Scarfed, so instead of going for a U-turn and getting damage, I switch out just in case he was Scarfed and wanted to Will-O-Wisp me, or whatever. But he shows Foul Play, which was really cool, because this actually does a decent chunk to Meloetta. Look at that, that's more than a Volt Switch would do. So, he goes for that as I go into the Meloetta, and then he switches out into the Jirachi, as I just go for a Psychic just to kind of scout what he's going to switch into. I didn't really have much. Now I kind of had to worry about switching into a Jirachi, which I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I did decide to go into the Hippowdon. So that's cool, and he goes for Stealth Rock, so I was like, okay, so this thing doesn't look like it's going to be choiced either. So we know the Rotom Wash is not choiced, and he switched out. So I was like, well, he could still be choiced, because I'm just trying to figure out where his Scarfer is. I predicted him to switch out. I almost went for, I think I had Toxic on this set. I almost went for it, but I decided to go for Crunch, and we actually get a good bit of damage there, and the defense drop. So we might have been able to be able to be close to taking him out, but he could just take us out with a Scald. So I have my Manaphy switch and still alive, and that is Kieran Black, so I just switch right into that. And this is going to be a matchup that you're going to see more than one time. But he just goes straight for the Scald to take out Hippowdon, just to make sure that I don't take him out with Crunch. But I wasn't going to risk it. He also did not get the burn, which was fantastic. And he decides to switch out, not really wanting to deal with this right away. Going into the Miltank, knowing that he can kind of take hits with this. And already I was just like, crap, this Miltank is going to be tough to deal with. So Dragon Claw does do a decent chunk of damage. And on this turn, he is going to reveal the kind of Miltank that he is. I switch out into Excadrill just to Rapid Spin the rocks away. I figured this was a good time, if any, to do that. And I was hoping that he would just maybe go for like a Thunder Wave or, you know, Body Slam. Something crazy, something silly like that. But he actually goes for the Curse. And I was like, oh, this is not good. This is not good at all. Because the only like way I can take him out is Focus Blast Meloetta. With Curses set up, I just can't take him out with any physical attack on my team, and unfortunately I brought basically all physical attacks. on this team. I still decided to go through with the Rapid Spin, which was kind of risky. If he had gotten up another curse right there, then it's like I have to worry about how to try and switch into a +1 Miltank. I do decide to go for the Earthquake because I need damage. Focus Blast is not a guaranteed KO from full, so I just wanted to get some damage. And I kind of just wanted him to go for another curse right here. I was like, he's at like enough health where Meloetta can take it out, but he's like not low enough to where I think he's going to want to go for Milkscrank. So that's why I bring in Meloetta right here, and he does go for curse, so I do get that prediction right. But now I have to worry about hitting a Focus Blast. I was like, okay, I have 2 chances because he cannot KO me with Body Slam, which I knew. So I go for the Focus Blast and I miss. And he goes for the Body Slam, and I was just like, wait a minute, if he paralyzes here, that's going to be bad because then he's going to outspeed and all that good stuff. Well, I thought he might outspeed. I guess with the curses, I'm not sure if he would outspeed or not. Yeah, I think he would outspeed. But then I go for Focus Blast. I hit, and I don't kill. But I do get the special defense drop, which is cool, but it doesn't matter because he goes for the Body Slam and takes me out. Thankfully, it doesn't matter because I at least got him to a low enough health to where I can come in and revenge him with something. And that revenge mon is going to be the Mega Beedrill. Even at +2 defense, even if he's max defense or anything like that, he's still not going to live anything at that low of health. So I just U-turn out, get the kill and the momentum. So it's all good in my book. So I do take out the Miltank, which is fantastic. And I decided to go back into Kieran Black because I was kind of just debating on what I wanted to draw out here. No matter what I sent in, it was gonna make something different on his team come out. So he does bring out the Jirachi, which was fine. I decided I wanted to learn a little bit more about this Jirachi, and I go back into Hippowdon, which is looking like it can switch into this thing. And he goes for the Drain Punch, so that's another move that he reveals, and that does like nothing. So I don't know if this was an offense. I don't think this had any like physically offensive investment. At least I don't think so. But Drain Punch was cool. He sets up the rocks. I go for Toxic actually, expecting him to switch out, which he didn't. And then I actually go for double Toxic, expecting him to switch out again. Also because I'm Choice Banded into it. He doesn't know that at this point, I don't think. But I do actually Toxic the Rotom Wash, which is great because Rotom Wash is an issue, and I didn't have much that I really wanted to take it out with. But I switch into Kieran Black because I'm specially defensive, and I figure there isn't a whole lot he can do. Yes, he could Will-O-Wisp, and that is actually what he does here. But I mean, I just didn't really see what else I could go into because everything left on my team is physical attacker. So I mean, nothing appreciates a burn. So I might as well get Kieran Black burned because it's defensive. Its main role is to just kind of not die, which is all I really needed to do. So now I go for the Roost, expecting him to probably just switch out, probably via Volt Switch. But I need health badly. But he goes for the Foul Play. Interesting move. That still does a lot because it was a crit. I don't think it would have done a ton of damage. I mean, I'm burned. I am a Kieran Black, but I am burned. I have no attack investment, or I have like 12 EVs in attack. So, I mean, that's fine. If he wants to rack up toxic damage, I was cool with that. And unfortunately, I had to Roost again. If he didn't get the crit, I wouldn't have had to Roost. I probably would have just went for the Fusion Bolt here, as he does bring in the Manaphy. And I think this starts a back and forth between Kieran Black and Manaphy. So I'm burned, so a Fusion Bolt is not going to take this thing out. However, I was hoping that maybe I could still 2 a KO from this range. But because it outspeeds me, it doesn't matter. If I don't get like super extra hyper crit, it's not going to matter. I go for the Fusion Bolt and he actually reveals the Wackenberry, which was really cool planning. And that does literally nothing because I'm burned and the Wackenberry, or however you pronounce it, whatever. And we basically just have this back and forth going on because I don't really want to switch into a Manaphy. Like, this is my switch into a Manaphy. That's the thing. Like, this is my switch into a Manaphy. And then he sets up the Tail Glow, and I was like, okay, so even more so, I have nothing that I want to switch into a Manaphy. Nothing on my team wants to take a +3 Scald. So because of that, I was just like, the goal of this 1v1 match right here is to get him down to low enough health. That way, when he does take me out, I can come in and revenge it. That's kind of the same thing that I did with Miltank, and that's basically what I was aiming for here. I was going to try my best to stall this thing out to eternity and back, get off damage, and if I could get it to around half, that would be great, because just with the damage it was taking, I didn't think that this was max speed invested, so I was just like, I can probably outspeed it with Excadrill. I know I can outspeed it with Mega Beedrill. So I was just like, there are things that I have that can outspeed this thing and can do a lot of damage to it. I go for the Fusion Bolt here, and this is me kind of trying to bait him into killing me. I was just like, oh, look at how low health I am, you can kill me right here. And then I could revenge him, and that's basically what I was trying to do. But unfortunately for me, he doesn't fall for it. He realizes that he wants to keep Manaphy alive, and that if he does take out this Kieran Black and has high health and gets to +6, he can beat my entire team. He realizes this, so that's basically what he's trying to do. I also realize this, so I just don't want him to leave this 1v1 encounter completely at full health. I mean, unless he switches out. But the rain runs out right as he goes for rest, which is super, super lucky for me. Which, I mean, it's not really lucky, just it is, but it isn't. I mean, rain has like a set amount of turns anyway, so it's not like I got any sort of like luck that relied on anything like that. It's just lucky that the turn that he had to go for rest is the turn that rain runs out, and I just decided to just keep trying to do damage. And I am starting to run low on Fusion Bolts, and that's why I start mixing up my attacks and go for Dragon Claw sometimes. Because basically I just need to get him down to half and below. That's all I care about. I didn't think that I was going to be able to take out this Manaphy with a Fusion Bolt. The main goal of this whole encounter was to just 1v1 get a lot of damage to be able to come in and revenge kill. Because once this Manaphy is gone, I don't even need this Kieran Black for anything else. Like, I can take care of the rest of his team with other things on my team. But yeah, so this is another thing. I assumed he was just going to rest again, so I think I actually go for the Fusion Bolt. This is, again, I'm starting to get a little bit lower on health. I'm kind of baiting him to take me out, but he is just not going for it. He is not going to have it. And this does last for a few more turns, unfortunately. I do actually end up roosting, just in case he did want to attack, because I think a +3 Scald might have had a chance to take me out there. Because remember, he's still at +3. I am straight up 1v1ing a +3 Manaphy right now in the rain, which is not something that most Mons can do. And I didn't think I don't know that he actually revealed any other attacking moves. Then he goes for another Tail Glow. This is a +6 Manaphy. A +6 Manaphy, ladies and gentlemen. And that's terrifying. I think at this point, I think I have like 2 Fusion Bolts left. Like, I'm actually really running out of them. I have 8 total, so that is this is like not looking great for me. But I know I can get off another Fusion Bolt right here, or another Dragon Claw. I don't even remember. He goes for the +6 Scald in the rain. We tank it because it's not very effective, and Kieran Black is a boss. And then we are back here now. I think this is when it finally happens. I'm trying to see. Kieran Black is soon going to die. I can't 1v1 it as well because it's at +6 now and not +3. He goes for the rest, and I don't remember if I actually roost here or not. I might have actually just went for damage because I was just like, yeah, I went for damage because I was running out of Fusion Bolts, and I was just like, this is, like, I need damage. And the rain stops as he's asleep, and I was like, I need a little bit of luck to go my way, and I need him to stay asleep while I go into something that can just hit hard. I was going to go in, I think I was going to go into Mega Beedrill, go for a Poison Jab, and then if he woke up and killed me, then I could go come in with Excadrill and do all that stuff. So we both actually decided to switch out. He switches out. Probably expecting me to switch out. I go into Mega Beedrill, and he goes into the Zygarde. I was kind of scouting just to see if he was going to go for any sort of extreme speed, and he didn't, which extreme speed would have almost taken me out. It would have brought me down to a range that after a rock switch in, I would have died, I think. So I was a bit surprised that he didn't go for the extreme speed, and I was thinking maybe he doesn't have it. And I go into Gramble because that is my Zygarde switch-in, as he does go for the Earthquake. No big deal, because I can eat that up. I also got the Intimidate off, so I wasn't super worried if he was going to try anything like Dragon Dances or anything like that. I thought he might try and switch into the Jirachi on my Play Rough, so I just go for the Earthquake. I should have went for Play Rough, but you know what? At the end of the day, it is what it is. Now here, I was doing some calcs, remembering where Manaphy was at, and first I go for Protect, A, to see what he wanted to do, and he goes for the Foul Play, and then B, just to kind of get some more health back. I expected a Will-O-Wisp. The rest of my team left is physical attackers. Kieran Black is really low. I can't switch it on rocks and or anything like that. So as I was looking, Excadrill has Facade on it, and once it gets burned, Facade is actually going to do more to Manaphy than an Earthquake will. Facade will also do enough to take out this Rotom Wash at the range that it is now. So I wanted to get burned here. And if he burned me here, then I would have just went for Facade. But because he didn't, I went for Earthquake, and we take out the Rotom Wash, despite the fact that he does have a Shuca Berry, which is really funny when you consider that he put a Shuca Berry on a Levitate Mon, but it was for good reason. If this was at larger health, it would have been able to deal with the Excadrill. However, I was Assault Vest, so it's not like he would have been able to do that much damage to me back. So it didn't matter. So that Will-O-Wisp miss didn't really matter that much. I would have been able to take him out with Facade anyway, and I basically would have been able to do more damage to his team with Facade. So it's almost lucky for him that he didn't hit the burn. He switches in Manaphy, as I predict him to switch out into literally anything, because I switched in this Hippowdon on his Zygarde. I'm a Choice Banded Hippowdon, and Manaphy is not going to live in Earthquake, so he thought he could deal with it, but because I was Choice Banded and not defensive like he expected, it could not switch in. So Choice Banded Hippowdon really put in the work and caught him off guard. I didn't really have much of that. I wanted to straight switch into Chandelure, so I actually sack off Kieran Black here to kind of see what he wanted to do, and was thinking like maybe he's Choice Scarfed here, but he went for Will-O-Wisp, so I was like, okay, I don't think he's going to be Choice Scarfed Chandelure with Will-O-Wisp. Like, if he's going to try and if he's going to Scarf to outspeed Beedrill, then he should just go for a Fire move. I go for the Drill Run, and I just straight up take him out. That is kill number 3 for Mega Beedrill this game. Mega Beedrill having 0 kills, I think, the entire rest of the season, and it gets 3 kills this game, which is awesome. Or maybe that's only the second kill, I don't remember. That might actually only be its second kill. But it goes for U-turn, because he hasn't revealed Extreme Speed, and he still doesn't reveal it. I didn't really mind if he had went for it there, then I just get a clean switch into this, and then I just go for damage anyway. It really doesn't matter, but it really wasn't looking like he had the Extreme Speed. He just goes for the Earthquake, because that's his best attacking move for the rest of my team, and he actually gets a crit here, and I was just like, oh, well, that's kind of stupid. I calc it, because he's at -1. Okay, actually, oh wait, before I get ahead of myself, do I go for a Protect this turn? I don't remember what I do this turn. I might just go for a Play Rough, but he has the Resto Chesto Zygarde, which was interesting. I go for the Earthquake, because that would have taken him out from where he was. I actually calced it, and from the health that I'm at now, if he's max attack Adamant, there's like a less than 10% chance that he can take me out with an Earthquake. So because I know that he can't really take me out with an Earthquake, I go for the Play Rough, and I do live, so it was a roll in my favor. So if I would have died there, that would have been more hacks than if I didn't. So I do end up critting him, so crit for crit, it evens out. You know, specifically he got a crit on my Gramble with the Zygarde, so now the Gramble gets a crit on the Zygarde with the Gramble, you know what I mean. So crit for crit on the same on, then he kills me with a crit Earthquake. Obviously that one didn't matter. I go into Mega Beedrill because he is still yet to reveal Extreme Speed, still does not reveal it here, and this is actually Beedrill's 3rd kill, sorry. So Mega Beedrill picking up 3 kills in the game, and then I believe he goes into his last mon, which is Jirachi. I didn't want to switch in Hippowdon, take a hit from from Zygarde, and then also have to try and take out the Jirachi. So I just wanted a 1v1 situation here. I was hoping that he wouldn't just like flinch me out with like Iron Heads or whatever. He goes for Psychic, which actually kind of matters. He didn't get the special defense drop, which and he also has another berry on this, and that's how he's able to live this Earthquake. Otherwise, I think it would have killed. So another Sugar Berry. He was really scared of the ground offense. If he would have gotten the special defense drop with the Psychics, he would have been able to take me out with this one here. But I live 1 for HP, go for the Earthquake, and Hippowdon picks up its second kill of the game, and we pick up the 3-0 victory against Josh. So this was a game that I was really happy about. I played as well as I could have. I had to play against a +6 Manaphy in the rain, and I still was able to come out of that with a win. I was able to hit a Focus Blast on the Miltank that if the Miltank would have, if I would have missed 2 Focus Blasts, or that anyway out of that encounter, if Miltank would have escaped with like close to full health and curses up, I would have just lost, because I would have had absolutely no other way to deal with it. So there's a lot of different ways in which Josh almost won, but our team kind of pulled through for us, and yeah, there's really not much more to say, and we win round 1 of the TBU playoffs, which means we get to move on to round 2 of the divisional playoffs. We're taking on the number 1 seed from the division, which is Trip and the Dallas Daravias. So that's who we're going to be playing next week. We're just going to keep going on until we lose. It's been a while since I've lost a league match. I'm on a bit of a roll. I want to say this is the 5th one in a row that I've won. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think this is 5th. This is at least the 5th, maybe even 6th one that I've won in a row. So I'm on a bit of a winning streak, and we're basically just waiting for somebody to bring us down, because it's just not happening right now. So we're going to ride this high out for as long as we can, and we are going to put in the work to try and keep winning. And you know what? We've already made it this far in the TBU. We might as well just go all the way and try and win the TBU, because it'll be funny. We can do it for Gabriel. Gabriel's spirit is still in this team, and we're going to try and win it for him. So that is the battle. That is the match. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this week in the TBU. I will see you guys next time. So thanks for watching. Till the next time, guys, stay sly.